Well, thank you so much for the team for that one. Let's hone in now on transport, an essential part of life, undoubtedly. And if you're able to, buying a car is a very big achievement, often a very proud one, but it is a costly one as well. And given all of the interest rate hikes and the petrol price increases today, we are asking some tough questions about the real cost of owning a car in another round of Our Money Matters.
Bing, bing, bing.
Bom, bom, bom. Thank you. That was nice.
You've part of the jingle
of tone there. Absolutely beautiful. Almost felt like two separate shows. So obviously I've got the boys here. Now that we've increased your intellectual capabilities, giving you a few moments with Roy Simpson, I'm going to ask you some very intellectual, grown-up questions about...
I'm in the mood.
And this is funny because the three of us, believe it or not, are not rooted in material possessions in any way, judging by the way we live our lives. No. Certainly by the cars we choose to drive as opposed to what we could be spending our money on. Yours is like the ultimate car for your lifestyle.
Adventure wagon.
You know, when someone's tires are always a little deflated, you're like, okay, he lives off-road pretty much, yeah?
Always got the color of mud.
Mud, exactly. But it does beg the question, because as a young guy and as a young person coming into your professional life, a car is kind of a marker of success or where you are.
Yeah.
And so often you dream about it. How long did you dream about? For me, it was a red city Golf for some reason, dreaming about it. But then the moment actually arrives, you do it, and now interest rates are doing what they've been doing over the last year. So I'm going to start maybe with, and ask you this question: when you originally bought your car, did you go for a fixed interest rate? Is that something you wish you could go back and change? How do you feel about that, and what, I don't know if you've paid off your car already, has it made a difference where we are interest rate-wise?
Oh, definitely. I've paid off my car. When I got the vehicle, it was I asked for no residual. I didn't want any of those things to get me in the end. I just wanted a vehicle that I could pay off, and that's all I asked for. I just wanted a fixed interest rate. I did actually get that.
Okay.
And for 5 years that it took me to pay off my little Mark 1, and I did it, and it's mine now. And now the only thing that I have to do is maintenance and insurance.
And petrol. We'll talk about
the petrol, yes. That's,
I definitely learned the hard way, though, man. My first car I got was actually a Bucky, a little super cab. Okay. I didn't know about, like, fixed interest rates and stuff. I just had, like, a little bit of cash. I was like, I'll add this, and then I'll pay the rest off.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that I've still got to pay, like, insurance and everything else. And interest. Ended up paying, like, more than tires for the actual vehicle in the end. And I looked at myself, I was like, I could kick myself. Why did I fall for this trap? I learned the hard way, unfortunately, but moving forward, I realized you can lock in.
And especially now, I mean, back then we probably weren't experiencing the fluctuations in interest rates that we are now.
Oh, yeah.
Cashback, we talk about this. I didn't realize that if you use a NEDBANK card, for instance, at a BP station, you get 25 cents back per litre.
What?
I use my American Express to get my greenback points, and I buy most of my petrol with my points, which is a way that I've been able to offset it. Do you think about petrol in that way now, like a commodity in itself? How do you use the cashback notion and points? Is it something that you've been able to kind of unlock?
You have to. You have to. I mean, honestly, after COVID, the thing is you had to look at all of the consumer loopholes, and they're not really loopholes, they were available to us, but sometimes you ignore them because you worry about the admin. But there are some people like the NEDBANKs of the world that make the admin quite easy. So you can just go, pay, and then it pops into your account as a cashback, and you, hey, this is fantastic. So I think, obviously, the older I get, the more rewards cards I have.
And it's not gratuitous anymore.
No.
They really do offer some
do.
value.
They really do, and I didn't know that. I was always someone who's like, nah, I'm not a part of the system. You go fill up, like, do you have this card, this card, this card? But like, nah, man, take my cash. Realizing how much I'm losing out again. And I learned the hard way when I was shown how much you could be saving, how many reward points you could potentially have, and what you can do with it as well. It's actually empowering. And I didn't know this, and I was really enlightened when I found that this was actually even an option.
And you can do it. You can even go as far as selling one of the cars and you know, sharing those things. I joke about it, but everyone has had to rethink the way they fill up their car, the way they look after their car, the way you finance your car. That is the bottom line. We've had to make tough financial choices, and whether you are upgrading or very sensibly downgrading, buying that new car or a used car that you just have to have, buying from a dealership or doing it privately, you need someone in your corner, and NEDBANK can assist you with your finance requirements. Plus, if you open a Savvy account, you can also receive, when we talk about cashback, 200 Rand cashback every month for the duration of that loan, which will knock off those fees. Absolutely love that. And if you combine those savings with the cashback rewards on the fuel spend, then it starts to count. You could be getting a significant amount back every month. In fact, it might take care of your petrol needs. And if you want to find out more and all those details, go to nedbank.co.za.
You must be wondering how I got here, man. Enjoying Bomadi sushi, very fucking nice over bubbles of sparkling water. But I didn't know they changed it, Joe. Because I chose NEDBANK, the bank that gives you discount upon discount in this country. I'll call it a bank with benefits, eh? Yeah. Value guaranteed.
Seriously?
Seriously.